what the hell was that? After going through all the comments telling me which fate to watch next, I became enlightened to the fact that none of you guys can agree on which one is next. So I just brought out the old dartboard and hope for the best. Which is why today, I'll be talking about Fate Grand Order, Camelot, Part 1. As per usual, it's up to me to change the name of this anime to something a bit more realistic. Desert Walking Simulator. Trapped in a gacha game. Finally, is it wrong to try to turn male historical people into waifus? If you spent hours trying to figure out what was going on in this movie like me, be sure to subscribe to my channel, because data and stuff, and join my Discord. Let me give you a satire synopsis of this anime, which will contain spoilers. We continue on with the multiverse of madness. In this world, Bedivere, a member of the Circular Counter, did not return Excalibur to the Lady of the Lake after King Arthur's death. So, King Arthur became a divine spirit. I sure am glad that they explained this in the movie and didn't make me look this up for hours. Well, it was this or enter gacha hell. Here in California, I mean Jerusalem, there are many refugees that want to enter the holy city. So every now and then there's a selection to see who gets in. Bedivere, who wants to fix King Arthur, decides to attend the selection after running into this totally normal person. That's a servant. What? No? What makes you say that? As well as Da Vinci? On the way, Bedivere runs into some anime fans. Ritsuka enters the battlefield, then hangs out with the anime fans to get some exposition. I sure hope you get attached to me in this one conversation. I won't. They go to the selection, and those who are pure are selected. As for the rest,
you're all not worthy.
These individuals are selected by the Lion King. Hey, you stole that from the Lion King. They know too much, kill them. Oh man, the mom died. Can you imagine the impact that this is gonna have on the story in the long term? Oh wait. Yeah, I don't care about these people. Gawain, who has the power of Escanor, folds Mash. Meanwhile, Ritsuka just stands there and talks as usual.
Hey! You're hurting her!
Bedivere helps fight, as well as the mysterious archer. The goat Da Vinci uses another one of her genius inventions to get out of there. Then they play Desert Walking Simulator. Until they're attacked. Let's go, Da Vinci's about to show her true strength.
Yes! No!
Sure wish they would stop getting rid of characters I like. Back to Desert Walking Simulator, and they run into Nitocris, who brings them to Ozymandias, who they request help from, and he replies with, I have already saved the world by existing. Oh, okay, have a good day then. Wait a minute. You almost had me. He then just casually whips out the Holy Grail like it's an Infinity Stone in Loki.
Some of the guys use them as paperweights.
Respectfully ask them to become his slaves. They say no, so he says fine, here, have a caster. They go back to Desert Walking Simulator, but at least they got rid of that kid. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. He conveniently has Captain Jack Sparrow's compass because of course he does, which leads them to his mom's old village. They have a friendship building montage on the way until they finally arrive. Hey, this guy looks familiar. Oh my gosh, he was the archer. I thought it was that one homeless person. Hey kid, I banged your mom. Who hasn't? A nearby village is attacked, so Team 7 goes to help them out, but runs into Mordred? Let's go! Kick his ass! Wait, I'm cheering for the wrong side. Ritsuka goes to free Hassan of Serenity. Let's go! Fan service! That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to call a too soon, man. Arash the archer gets folded. Where did the guy who folded him go? Who knows? Oh no, another member of the round table, Tristan. Oh, he's dead already. Or is he? They get a nuke dropped on them. Arash, on his last breath, in his final moments, does what heroes do. Didn't that guy have like 3 lines or something? Shut up! Now, let's talk about the characters in this anime. Starting off with the main character of the show, Da Vinci. What? No, get that garbage off my screen. That's better. There is literally zero reason that I watch Fate other than watching famous male historical people getting turned into females. We finally get a character with personality, and they get rid of her at the beginning of the story. Sacrifice bomber tier. Ritsuko returns for another movie, and he actually isn't Tofu this time. I am glad that they changed his character to, well, have a character. He's now a brave nice guy, which sure sounds like every other male protagonist in Fate, but this one's different because this is his 9 to 5. Sure do wish he would stop standing behind Mash while she's getting folded, spouting dialogue. Somebody needs to give him some plot armor so he can fight. Better clock in tier. Mash returns, and instead of having no personality, she now has an emotionless personality. I won't lie though, I did watch episode 0 of Babylonia, and I am slightly interested in the character. But if we're just talking about this movie, I'm not. I am beginning to see what her and Ritsuka's characters' roles are in the show. They just stand there as support characters, getting beat up until the main heroes arrive.
You can't defeat me.
But he can.
That's right, our main characters are the Z Fighters waiting for Goku. A real girl tier. Betty Veer, the character who I had to read 6 million forums about just to realize that I don't understand any of this. He was a former Knight of the Round Table who takes the responsibility on himself to take the king down. He also has a special power that lies dormant in his right arm. That was a bad joke, let me just get rid of that. I will say that this character just feels rather flat, since there wasn't enough time to dive deep into the character much. Better luck in part 2 tier. Nitocris. Hassan of the Cursed Arm returns in this movie, and he really touched my heart. While he was a repulsive character in the Heaven's Feel Path, now he seems like a cool guy I could go for a drink with. I may as well include the Hassan of Serenity with him, and while it may upset a few people where I put her, she really didn't do anything in this movie except catch a felony. But I have heard from the comments that she's best girl. Another one tier. Arash, who really didn't do anything in this film except die. Chivalrous Sacrifice tier. Ozymandias, who is like Gilgamesh but now willing to share his possessions. Bet you wish you had this grail tier. Dr. Roman, and while he was the tutorial man last movie, he has now become the history teacher. You are now approaching the tomb of Ramses II. Legend says that his father never loved him. Use that to your advantage. Do you identify as Google tier? Finally, the caster who uses shadow clone jutsu. Bet you wish you had more screen time tier. Time for final thoughts and rating the anime. When it comes to the animation, it was good, but nothing really special. The soundtracks were amazing, as in all Fate films. This is when it goes quite a bit downhill. When it comes to understanding the characters, you have to sell all of your earthly possessions to play Fate Go, or read every single character's biography. Most of the conversations that they had built more on exposition and not much on character development. Except that one scene, come on man, you remember that one scene where they held each other's hands? That's character development. This really showed in Arash's final moments. Why was Betty Veer crying so much? You guys had like 10 lines of dialogue between each other. Not to mention, it really made this last scene not impactful at all. I mean, I felt more from Da Vinci's Sacrifice, even though it wasn't nearly as cool. The weakest part of this movie was without a doubt the story. They removed many parts from Fate Go, which to me wasn't that big of a deal because they couldn't put it all into this movie. They also just kind of kicked out most characters' backstories, such as why is Castor there in the first place. It really didn't feel like a story either. It was more of a go to point A to point B with some fights on the way. You mean like a game? Yeah, exactly, like a mobile game. Ah, I see what you did there. To this moment, I still have no idea how they're gonna solve the main problem, and I probably won't until the next movie. If I didn't read up on the story, I would have zero idea what's going on. However, for the religious believers of Fate, this is awesome. Every 2 seconds I can be like, hey, I know that guy. While my anime list gave this anime a score of around 6.8 out of 10, I will be giving it a score of 6.9 Da Vinci's out of 10. Future Lunar here. This is just a side note. While this movie sucks, the next movie is really good. Hello, Outro Lunar here. Click here if you want to see my channel. Click over here if you want to see my most recent video. Click over here if you want to see the recommended video. Alright, bye.